Shit on the picture frame, nigga. You talking about, niggas better not play with. I'm the wrong one. I got energy for everybody.
4:43, breaking news out of Brooklyn, where a popular rapper was shot and killed overnight. Nick Blixky was discovered with gunshot wounds on Winthrop Street.
What up, gang? Back with the real. You know what's the deal. Rap game been getting grimier with every era. Seems like lately, the mumble junkie rap been phasing out, and the real have been taking over. But with that, been also coming a lot of beef and bodies dropping. Maybe Jim Jones was right, saying rap is the most dangerous job.
Being a rapper is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, I mean.
The beef between the Chos and the Wolves is one that have been supporting his claims. The streets of New York been heating up and taking promising rappers with them. We lost Pop Smoke recently, and we lost Nick Blixky. Crazy thing is, the ops seem to have used his own mans to do the murking. Today, we're gonna present the facts and try to uncover the truth behind Nick Blixky's come up and what may have led to his passing. Born Nicholas Thompson, he would become known as Nick Blixky of Brooklyn, New York, when he took the step into rapping and banging. Before that, his destiny ahead was already being built in the gritty streets of the Bronx. He would eventually jump off the porch and become a member of the Gangsta Disciples after being inducted into what the world now knows as Blixky Gang. The rapper that created the movement, 22 G's, who was first 22 Blixky.
I was 22 Blixky in the beginning. I'm still 22 Blixky though, but I'm 22 G's, you feel me?
At a young age, Nick would start spitting more and more. 22 G's, who was already rising in the rap scene, gave him the push to pursue it, but Nick was still holding back and not taking it serious. It was only when 22 G's was locked up on a hit charge for a shooting in Miami where a body was dropped did Nick really step up and show out.
19-year-old Jeffrey Alexander allegedly shot and killed 30-year-old Ladarian Tyrell Phillips of Homestead.
22 G's would be unaware the rapper had a track recorded.
I made my first track, but I did it behind the nigga back type shit.
But would soon find out that Nick would be the one to hold Blixky Gang down alongside his gang brothers.
He never took it serious till like I got locked up in Miami. That's when he started like going hard with some yo, free my boy too. You feel me? Yeah. You gotta hold it down type shit. And that's when he really just tapped in and went crazy.
Nick would later reunite with his homie 22 after his prison stint for the remix Jet Li Part 2, which currently sits over 1 million views on YouTube. At this time, Blixky was becoming the next big thing out the streets of Brooklyn. Associates like Nas Blixky and Breezy Blixky were also running up numbers with tracks like Rampage and Comeback. Nick Blixky and his homies were on the rise and plotting domination. But you know the old recurring tale. The more money, the more problems. The more success, the more envy. Mix that with beefs that they were involved in that were escalating in Brooklyn, and things was bound to go sideways at some point. The battle between the Chos, who were made up of GDs like Blixky Gang, versus the Wolves, who were made up of cliques of Bloods and Crips, was getting out of control.
Last week, there were 53 shootings, up from 12 the same time last year. And for the entire year, there have been 448, up from 329 last year.
Law enforcement was fighting to curb the situation, making arrests for the spiraling amount of shooting and banging in the city. This was like a playground for the young bulls coming up in the game. The drill music created by soldiers like Nick added to the rising popularity of the street life their sounds preached. The spotlight would be shown down on Nick and the Blixkys when head honcho 22 G's would get signed to Kodak Black's Sniper Gang label.
Blixky. Sniper Blixky, man. Blixky the sniper.
Gang.
This would open Nick to the world of the music industry, with 22 G's taking him out on tours and shows. He would capitalize on the momentum by dropping hit after hit to feed the streets. Upset, Different Type of Time, and The Banger, Dry the Boat. The rise beside 22 G's brought Nick a new beef, and he would violate an op in the process. He would make it known to ops that he was about that life.
If so crazy to me, I ain't having it. That's all of us, bro. Not having it.
And he proved it. Chef G, the rapper that dissed his homie 22 G's multiple times, mocking his songs with No Suburban and No Suburban Part 2, got sliced in the head from who the streets say was Nick Blixky.
So you get cut in the head. Did you feel it when it happened?
Nah, my adrenaline was just too up. So I couldn't really feel it. When I seen the blood, that's how I knew I got cut.
Okay.
The gang was on a rampage as they became more notorious, ready to go at anyone, anywhere, anytime.
So he dip. Like, these not popping out with Daffy Woo at. Drop your location too. We already caught JJ.
Jamie, get up! Your man's gonna get up! Your man's gonna get up, nigga! Talking about we applying pressure on all y'all niggas. What up?
Things would soon escalate to the point of no return when rival Wu star player Pop Smoke was murked at a Hollywood Hills home in early 2020 by 4 gunmen. It's alleged the hitters got the info to his whereabouts when Pop mistakenly posted the tag of something he bought with his address showing on the back. Blickies would do what savages in the streets do and celebrate and laugh at their ops passing.
I'm saying 200 if you want to get a chicken.
You up in the air this gas or what?
This would bring the downfall of one of the most promising GDs out of Brooklyn, but Nick Blicky would be the victim of retaliation in a never-ending feud, and how they got their get back was straight foul. Exactly 1 year ago, on May 10th, not too long after Pop was murked, Nick suffered the same fate in the streets of New York. He was found with gunshot wounds in front of 200 Winthrop Street in Prospect LaFert's Gardens around 9:30 p.m. He would be rushed to NYC Health and Hospitals, Kings County, where he was pronounced deceased. After footage leaked of Blicky on the floor with cops surrounding him, it was initially assumed he was a victim of police brutality. But it turns out that wasn't the case and was confirmed by his gang brother Nas Blicky. With rumors of the police being responsible put to rest, the world was left to wonder what happened. It was then that the truth began to leak, that he was a casualty of the streets and the escalating situation between him and his ops. Talks would point to it being get back for Pop Smoke and the Blickies making fun of his passing. Persons would try to clear Nick's name from the drama, but his passing was already a reality, and law enforcement was now coming forward to say they believe it was truly in fact linked to the hit of Pop Smoke, increasing tension in the streets. Social media and online platforms will be used to both mourn his life, celebrating, and disrespect his demise.
Nick, bought you 63 candles, gang. See what's up.
His ops will go to extreme lengths to disrespect the slain Blicky. Rapper Justo B will post up on IG a pic of him standing on Nick's grave with a rake and shirt reading "Rest in Piss, Nick Blicky, GDK." As if that wasn't pushing it far enough, he will make a video popping champagne in celebration.
Celebration.
GS9 member and Bobby Shmurda affiliate Fetty Luciano, who was the main op going at it with the Blickies while Shmurda was incarcerated, was doing the most after Nick passed.
One of these niggas that got killed, you know what I'm saying? He was smoking on Pop, so we smoking on him right now and shit like that, you know, regular.
Ops were coming out the trenches to take their shot at the fallen Blicky.
Yo, he said, where in Cali you at? He want the drop on you.
Smoking a Nick pack. Fuck is he talking about? Nicholas.
While the ops was having their fun, investigators broke shocking news not too long after about the suspect being eyed with Nick's targeted hit. The person of interest will be revealed as ex-con Khalif Gleen, who previously did time in prison for an attempted hit. But wait, get this. Cops obtained surveillance footage that caught the gruesome act, but what made it really gruesome was the evidence that pointed to Nick being cool with Khalif. Yup, you heard me correct. According to video surveillance gathered by cops, Gleen dapped Blicky up moments before taking his life. Crazy, right? Done in by his own. Guess he was rocking with the ops now. Cops were able to piece together the puzzle by IDing Gleen through details caught in the footage. The shooter would be seen wearing a blue bandana, a hoodie with a pattern on it, bronze foam-posite shoes, and a big gold ring on his left-hand ring finger. The icing on the cake was a globe tattoo visible on the shooter's left arm, one that matches photos and descriptions of Gleen. Surveillance captured 10 minutes before the drilling supports this evidence, catching him in a deli near the scene, buying a drink with the very detailed globe tattoo visible. Multiple witnesses would assist with the investigations, one confirming that she saw a man approach Blicky and both greeting each other before Gleen backed up and let shots fly. The other witness down the block heard the gunshots and saw a man wearing a hoodie and a blue bandana run away from the scene and hop on a getaway dirt bike that was driven up by an unknown person. Tie this in with the 9mm Luger caliber ammunition that cops accused Gleen of possessing being a match to the shell casings found at the scene, and it seems an open and shut case. The results point to Nick Blicky being portrayed by his own. His mother, who took control over his IG account after passing, has since posted a very emotional statement in response to her son's life being taken. She also gives a different angle on what she thought happened to her son Nick. She believes that the Blicky gang sacrificed him so they could attain success.
No, listen, whosoever planned this, my son was sacrificed.
With his moms believing he was sacrificed and evidence connecting an acquaintance to his hit, we're all left wishing his legacy wasn't cut short so soon. Just less than a month away, he was plotting the release of his debut mixtape, Different Timing. It's sad that he never got to see it come to the light of day. Get Back has been in full effect for Nick Blicky. Soon after, bodies would start dropping for Wools and everyone GDK. Rappers like GS9 Bugsy and GDK member KJ Balla were murked in cold blood. Brooklyn has been a battlefield, and it's only getting worse with every score added to the scoreboard. It's an endless back and forth where no one truly wins, just repetition of grief, trauma, and loss. For every body that drops, the other side hits back. Less than a year later, Blixky member Lou Blixky was the target for the ops get back, paying the same price that a talented and promising rapper like Nick Blixky suffered. The ball has been set in motion, and only time will tell what will become of the added popularity Nick Blixky brought to his game. They can use his motivation to rise to the top and keep his memory alive, or they can use his demise to exact revenge and push the beef further, and from recent events, it seems like the latter is their mission.
Outside for Nick. My boy Nick, sir.
Most we can do now is hope for the best and continue blasting Nick Blixky through the speakers so his music never fades. Long live Nick Blixky.
Long live Nick Blixky. Love you, miss you, family.